Yep, I know. I know I'm late. I know. How's it going, everyone? Marvel DC Fan here with my 250 sub Q&A video, and we are not at 250 subs anymore. We've actually grown way past it. I just looked at it earlier, and I think the count right now was 389, which I'm sure by the time this video goes out, is probably going to be more or less, I don't know. We're getting pretty close to my next milestone though, so I'm pretty happy about that. Um, yeah, I'm sorry this video took so long to make. I did record it. I did record a version of this prior, but I just, I went on too long. It was not that great. And this was right before a whole bunch of stuff happened to me. Something of mine got stolen. I got sick with a migraine for a week. It was not a pleasant time for me. But I did bounce back though. I did some videos that have come out. You know, I did the Green Lantern video, I did the Spider-Man 2.1 video, and I did the Captain America video, all in a short period of time. So I'm pretty happy with how that all turned out, and I cannot wait for you to see my next video. I still need a release date for it though. That's what I'm just deciding on. So in the meantime, watch this video and go check out the LP channel because I've got some stuff coming up for that. But yeah, we're just gonna jump into the Q&A here. We don't have as many questions as last time, but we've got some really good ones. So let's start with this first one. Why are you gay? So it's gonna be one of these Q&As, huh?
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for
Good
having
morning.
me. Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Actually, from Ultrabrop, let's answer another question of his. First of all, I am happy. I'm glad you noticed. But the question in mind is, what Speaking Nerd episode was your favorite to record? Ooh, okay. Wow. There's a lot to go through. I think as far as just narrowing down an episode, I think it's going to be the porn episode. That had me hollering the entire time. I was laughing from, I had a grin from ear to ear. It was so much fun just going through certain names, and also looking at various costumes for certain pornos made. Like, we looked at the Sonic one, the Pikachu one, which is just gross looking, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ones, which were hilarious. The guys had never seen them before, but I was made aware of those costumes and the name of that porno. But yeah, that one was really fun. And then there were also as far as certain topics that I love when we can all come together and talk about something we all passionately love equally. Like, those are some of my favorite episodes. Some other ones that come to mind is just great, just as far as our dynamic. The best and worst of 2022 was great. We had a very serious episode, very serious episodes with Kevin Conroy's passing and Comic Storian's passing. Those were ones to remember. So yeah, I think as far as just narrowing it down to one though, it's probably going to be the porn parodies, which is our most viewed video on that channel. So Alter's happy that his idea went somewhere. Hopefully we'll get to porn parodies too, featuring Axel Braun, but who knows. So we had another question, which was worst video you've made. Now I could go with the easy answer and just say the entirety of the archive channel, but I'm not going to do that. Even though there are some videos on there which I'm super glad I deleted and that are gone from the internet's memory. I'm gonna look through my videos on the review channel to see if there's one that I actually genuinely hate, or if I remember hating at all. Because I'm sure, like, there's been stuff in the past where I've put out and I'm like, man, I haven't really put, like, 100% effort into that, or, like, just cases like that where it's just kind of, like, it's just a thing that, you know, you're not really happy with the final product. One video that does come to mind, though, is the Batman Calzone, because that was just, like, that was just spur of the moment. It was the day the movie was coming out. It was the preview night, and I'm like, oh, just let me order this pizza and eat it in front of everyone. And the way the camera's facing is not right, too. So next up is JVP, who has a number of questions. First one is, who has influenced you the most as a content creator in the past 3 to 5 years? So you're probably not going to like the answer to this one because, well, I don't really have a specific person in mind. Most of, like, my influences when it comes to, like, it's all pieces from different people, from people I've subscribed to or just randomly watched content of, and it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's reviews, solo videos, LPs, podcasts, whatever. It's just kind of like, it's just kind of its thing, and I always like seeing what other people do and seeing how much effort I could put into my content. So it's a bit of a weird thing, but like, I've already talked about my influences when starting up my channels. Godzilla Mendoza was a name, Some Call Me Johnny was a name, you know, those were just like big people that really like drove me to push into a certain direction. So as far as just within the last few years, I mean, I've watched a lot of content creators, and it's not even just strictly comic books, like there are comic books and video games, there's like horror too, there's all kinds of avenues you can take from. So I don't really have a particular person, but I hope it sort of answers your question. But yeah. Okay, his next question is, what has been your favorite memory recording the various podcasts you're a part of? Oh, man. Favorite memory. So I've already talked about the porn episode, just being what it was, but I also want to mention the entirety of the best and worst videos of 2022, because those are just like completely unhinged, completely hilarious, and you know, I just loved every minute of it. From the beginning of our best video talking about the Batman 2022 and Alter just going off on AJ because he had a different answer compared to the rest of us, or like our video game tastes. Also, the whole confrontation we had about Beware the Batman in either the best or the worst of episodes. I can't remember which one. I think it was probably the best of, but yeah, those two episodes just are are just a riot. They're just hilarious. Particularly the best of. I love that video. That whole video is just a memory that will be remembered for a long time. So that's my answer. Go check that video out if you haven't already. You are in for, like, if you like all three of us, like all four of us together, you are in for just a laugh riot. So he has one more question, which is, who is your favorite Speaking Nerd podcast member and why is it Joshua? I don't know if I have an answer to that. Let's just move on to AJ Howard, who has some questions for us. Here's another Speaking Nerd question. When you started the Speaking Nerd podcast, did you think it was going to last? No. When I revived it, because I did do some podcast episodes prior, I I think that, I forget how long ago. I might have been like 2019, like 2018, 2019. I tried to do I tried to do Speaking Nerd as a live stream format. It didn't quite work, especially when it was just by myself. You know, I had some guests on, but either those guests I don't talk to anymore, or just the video just didn't work the way that I intended it to. And when I decided to revive Speaking Nerd, it was just I was going to go in a completely different direction. I was just going to have guests per episode, so just different people per podcast. Doesn't matter who it was. I was just going to have whatever. And I like, I'm kind of glad that I didn't go in that direction. It almost started out like that, and you can tell the first few episodes were just kind of like random people at a time, and then out of nowhere I was just like, okay, I don't want to do these episodes alone, so I need a co-host to come help me with all this. So I had AJ come in. It was going to be Swifty, but it just didn't work out at the time. But then eventually he came back, and then eventually Alter joined, and now it is just Speaking Nerd Podcast as it is. So, you know, we've had our ups, we've had our downs, and we've had our periods lately, which is just, you know, just long stretches where we haven't done videos. So, I want to record more here in the future, and, but I didn't think it was going to last more than a year. I was not expecting it to at all. So I'm happy with how it turned out. So now, if only I can get the guys together and do more of these episodes. Okay, his next question is favorite video? Ooh, okay. So I've already talked about my favorite review last time, so I think just like with the worst video I've made, I'm gonna go in a different direction and talk about my favorite video, like just not review, that I've worked on. You know, I've had some story times which were kind of nice, like the Kevin Conroy story time I'm really proud of. I've had a few look-ats which I had a lot of fun making, like the Room tribute, and like the Spider-Man Unlimited one was pretty good. I've had some other videos like, you know, some first impressions that, you know, I enjoyed. Just narrowing it down to one, Jesus Christ. Let's see. Oh, okay. You know what I'm gonna say? My Arkham City list, my top 5 skin list. I'm gonna go with that because that was a script that I worked on like a couple years prior to making that video, and it's one of the few videos that I just didn't like, that I personally worked on, that I didn't like haphazardly throw together for the sake of throwing together. I actually put some work into that fucking video, and I wish it got more views, but I'm happy with how it turned out, so I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, I guess on to the next question, which is Dream Arkham Successor. You want to know what my Dream Arkham Successor is? A Origin sequel that is not tied to a VR headset. That is my Dream Arkham Successor. Oh, I forgot, he actually has one more question, which is, what makes a good video game? What makes a good video game? So I think to me what makes a good video game is something you can actually, something that makes you want to keep playing it. Whether it's its gameplay or its story, just something that like ties you back to it and doesn't make you want to throw the controller away or turn the console off. Just something that, you know, can keep you invested for a certain amount of time. Some video games just decide not to do that, and some others just do. I don't know why that's the case, but, you know, it's a thing.
That's the joke. You suck, McBain!
Alright, we're moving on to the next person. We got Melodite here with another question. How old and when did you start YouTubing? When I made the X99 channel, the original X99 channel, I was, I want to say 15 at the time? 15, 16 years old. I'm leaning closer to 15 because my birthday happens right before the new year, so like it was like 2016 or so when I started that, so I would have been 15 at the time. But yeah, summer 2016. Like I said in another, I said this in the last Q&A. I have a whole video talking about my origin story and how I got started on YouTube. So if you want, you can go check that out. Maybe I'll put an annotation up. I'm not sure, but but yeah. Hi everyone. Just wanted to make a small kind of note, little editors, in the future thing before we end things off. So. I had one more question that I had written down, which was from Electric. His question is, what are some things you could see yourself doing in the future of your channel? And as I was editing the whole video, I realized that I technically already answered this question in the last Q&A. So for the purpose of, keeping things just kind of new for this Q&A and for the next ones, I decided to skip out on it. So sorry, Electric. But yeah, if you want to see the answer to that other question, like if you want the answer to it, be sure to check out the last Q&A. It's like it's near the end, so you just kind of skip through a little bit. But yeah, again, I apologize for not indirectly answering it, but but yeah, great questions overall, but yeah, let's get to the end of the video, so deuces. But anyway, everybody, that is going to be it for me. This was a lot of fun. Again, sorry it took so long to get to it, but, it's just kind of, it's just a thing, I'd say, so. Yeah, hopefully soon we'll get to our 500 sub Q&A. And I promise I'm not going to be super late with that one. I'm going to be like just right on time with that video. So I can't wait for you all to, get the word out for all the new people to come subscribe so we can get more Q&As like this one. But anyway, I will see you guys for when the next review comes out. It's a Batman game, so hopefully it'll do pretty well in views. But anyway, have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching. And of course, don't forget to take care of yourselves. So, see ya.